Alright, as promised, gonna do a video now on installing this onboard preamp, end pin jack, and piezo pickup into this Oscar Schmidt guitar, acoustic guitar. So here's the preamp. It's got an onboard tuner, a presence, treble, middle, bass, and a volume control. So we are going to install this right in here, and it should be pretty good. So let's get started. Alright, this is the unit. Well, we can see it here, but if you can see, it's got a curved back. So what we're going to do is I've taped where I'm going to basically place it. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Alright, let's see, I'll move this over. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the curve. You're going to slide it along the guitar. There you go, until it fits perfect. And right there you can see. Hopefully you can see. Zoom in a little more. See how it matches the curve of the guitar. So that's where I'm going to mark it. So you're going to put it on here where it matches, where the curve matches, and we're going to put two little pencil marks right on each side. Okay? That's step one, right about there. Then we're going to measure the inside, the size of the actual hole that we're going to make. And then we're going to transfer that line onto here. I'm going to do that next. Alright, using my digital calipers here, what we do is we're just going to measure the box. Here we go. Alright, and it's, let's see. It's about 28 millimeters. Okay, so I'm going to transfer the line onto my tape here. 28 millimeters. Okay, so I've got the marks on here. Try to make this so people can see it, but right here, okay, that's the 28 millimeters. I'm going to give it a little bit. Here I'm using a square. Alright, so I'm going to mark this. There we go. I'll mark this all the way across. And we're going to mark this. Okay. Now I'm going to find the center of the guitar. Okay, it's approximately 4 inches, so 2 inches is going to be my center mark. Okay, now I'm going to take my calipers and I'm going to measure the width of the box this way. Okay, and it's 19 millimeters. So let's call that 20, round it up, and I'm going to go 10 millimeters from the center mark. Right here, just like that, and I'm going to bring it back to 20. Mark this side. There we go. And then here I've got this 6-inch rule, and it's very thin metal, flexible. So what I'm going to do is just Bring it across like this. Mark this line. I should use the marker. Okay. Same here. Just connect the dots. Alright. And that's what we're going to cut. And that is not the fun part. No. That'll be in the next coming up. Alright, now I started by drilling the corners just with a standard drill bit. You want to take your time. And I used a drill bit that's bigger than the jigsaw blades that I'm going to fit in here. So I'm going to take my jigsaw and I'm just going to connect these dots. But first, since I've never used these blades before, I think while I'm doing this, I'm going to drill a hole right in the middle. And that is so I can test the jigsaw blades and make sure that the blade is a fine enough blade that it's not going to chip out the laminate. So that's next. Alright, so see if you can see this. This is the blade that I'm going to be using, and I've never used these before, but they're a laminate fine cutting blade. It's a reverse tooth 10 TPI blade, so that's what we're going to use. Alright, I've already put it in the hole here and I've tested. It cuts a very nice hole, so alright, that was scary. I think we're fine now. So, we're going to test it in the hole. There's quite a bit of play on here, so if you go over the lines a little bit, you're alright, but don't go too far over the lines. There we go. Perfect fit right there. Okay, so here's the hole cut out. By the way, when you're doing this with a jigsaw, I mean, it cut a really nice hole, but the bottom of my jigsaw, I have a foam pad, so if I happen to hit anywhere along here, it's not going to scratch the guitar, even though I had a couple layers of tape. Still, you want to be real careful. And I had a scroll saw, which means I could turn the blade from the top, so I didn't have to try to go this way with the saw, and I could turn it sideways and then just control it by turning it. So anyway, here's the brackets right here that hold this into the body, and here's the back. Now what you have here, the pickup is going to plug right into here. Now I've already installed the pickup. Let's see if I find the wire. So here's the wire. That's going to plug right into here. Okay. And there's going to be the end pin jack, which we're going to install next. Actually, let's see. This is the end pin jack. And if you watch my last video installing a piezo pickup, I go through how to install this. So anyway, here's one that's made for this preamp, so I don't have to do any soldering. So what we do is this, after I remove the end pin jack, I'm going to drill out a 1/2 inch hole, and I'm going to install this, and this just plugs right into here. And install a 9-volt battery into here. Let's see if I can get this to come out. There we go. So right in here you install a 9-volt battery, and that's all there is to it. So it's pretty simple. I mean, the hardest part is going to be what I just did, was cutting that. So anyway, and then you have to reach your hand up in here and reinstall one of these brackets here. So we're going to remove this one. Alright, so one more thing I forgot to mention is we're going to have to drill 2 holes, one here for the screws. So that's simple enough to do. Just use the right size. There we go. And I've already done this side, so now we can mount the screws and screw it in, and that'll be installed. Alright, I got the holes drilled, and these go on with an Allen wrench. This is the tricky part right here, is getting this dubber in here. But once you get it going, it's pretty simple. There we go. There, so. Just going to tighten these down with an Allen wrench. There we go. Alright, so there's the end pin jack, the wire. I just fished it through. Stick it on. Let's see. Here's the wire that I fished through. And what we have is a washer, the nut. Alright, we're going to fish this back here and screw it on. So, after you do that, then you plug this in to the preamp. Then there's some wire hangers. Let's see if I show you a couple of those. Right here, these are sticky tape. You peel it off, you stick it up under, then you take your loose wires and you put them in here and you fold them up. Holds it up underneath. You put them in some couple of strategic places where your wire's not dangling, and you're good to go. So there it is. Alright, I've got it, everything installed. Now I just got to hide the wires. So these are just double-faced tape, sticky wire hangers. Anyway, so what we're going to do is peel off the double-faced tape. I'm going to bend this. And here I've got the end pin jack wire and the pickup wire. I'm going to hook them like this. Alright, and I'm going to reach up in here. And I'm putting it on the... Come out there. Try that again. Okay, I'm putting it right about right here. Go. Alright, now I'm going to do one more. Let's see. Okay, I'll find the two wires over here. I'm going to there we go. And I'm going to put these right here. Make sure I'm not on a brace. There we go, I've got that right about here. Okay. There we go. So, that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to string it up. And she's done. So there it is, installed and on. Check the tuner here, I got it tuned up. Okay, tuner works. Turn on the amp. Let's check this out. Turn off the tuner. There we go. Works perfect. Presence.